you guys, I am Genuinely Jade, and I'm back with another slay, but not really. I am back to tell you guys why I am getting weight loss surgery. If you are interested in that, if you're interested in weight loss surgery and all the stuff that you need to do and prepare for it, please stay tuned. Genuinely Jade here. If you're new to this channel, I usually do fashion content, styling videos for the plus size modern day woman, okay? But this is not that. I have been on a little hiatus where I took a break and I've been living life. There is a video for that. It'll be probably at the end of this video. But I kind of want to talk to you guys about what surgery I'm having, why I'm having it, and what I've had to do up until this point. This is gonna be kind of like a series. I'm gonna make a playlist of my weight loss things, procedures, and pre-op, post-op, stuff like that. I'm gonna keep that going on this channel. I'm going to do fashion again, but just not right now. We're gonna see how it goes. If you see me looking down, I am looking at my phone. I just created like a little outline, some notes, so I don't forget to talk about things, because I know the girlies want to know the details. They want to know the facts. People need help, and that's why we go to YouTube, or Google or whatever. There's a couple of things going on around me. It is Mother's Day. My surgery is tomorrow, and I am currently on a clear liquid diet, and I am about to lose my mind.
If I'm about to go out of my mind here.
So now it's like, I was nervous at first, but now it's like, come on, bring it on. Let's get this going so I can eat regular food again. Cause listen, my dad is outside tending to the lawn. He's got some music going. I hope you can't hear it, because then I'll get demonetized. I'm gonna try my best to, block it out with some other music. My nephew's in the basement playing the games. He's very, very intense when he plays the game. He's very loud. And my son is in the back. He's luckily being quiet right now. He's on his tablet, so I'm trying to hurry up and film this. First thing I got to talk about is the why I am getting weight loss surgery. So I'm just going to give you guys a brief history. Actually, there's a more in-depth history that I did give. There's a video called Why Am I So Confident, or Confidence as a Plus Size Girl. It's one of those. I'll post it here. You just go there if you really want like an in-depth. I will give you a newer, more in-depth video with like videos and pictures. But I have to wait. I'm waiting for someone to send me pictures from when I was in my prime. But I haven't gotten those yet, so I'm just gonna wait. But I'm just gonna give you a little brief history. Basically, I had body dysmorphia. That was not an official diagnosis. That is a diagnosis that I have come to in my adulthood, because I used to think I was like the biggest person on earth, when I really wasn't. My mom used to tell me, Jay, you're not fat. Everybody else, well, actually some of my peers would make me feel that way. And now that I know, like in my adulthood, I know why they did that. They wanted to make themselves feel better. So here we are. But back then, I used to think I was huge. Also, the doctor at the time, I don't remember who it was, they told me I was overweight. I literally, they had brought up a chart, and they said, you should be this weight, which was like 120 pounds. I was 135. I was 15 pounds over what this chart was for body mass index. And when I say my heart dropped from that day on, I was like super depressed about my weight, and I couldn't figure out why I was overweight. I ate what the rest of my family ate, so I wasn't overweight. 120 to 135, you're telling like this to a child. So you guys, I feel like it's enough said. I thought I was the hugest person on earth. Everything, when I say everything was based around my weight, I was stressed. And I feel like if they were trying to like motivate me or tell me not to gain any more weight or trying to, I don't know what they were doing, but it backfired and it went to the negative. It went down. I was depressed. I was stressed out. Everything was based off of my weight. Also, my skin color. I thought I was the blackest person on earth. And again, I had people around me, excluding my family. My family never made me feel like that. My mom was always my support system. And happy Mother's Day, because they got for her, because she is the only person that made it make sense to me, and she always made me feel confident. She was like, Jade, I will tell you if I feel something is out of order or wrong or getting out of hand. I will let you know. And she said, you are beautiful the way you are. She always did that. But we're kids, we don't think our parents know what they're talking about. We don't think that they've been through this before. So it went in one ear out the other. And I was basically mostly focused on, when you're a kid, you're focused on what your friends think. You're focused on what the people at school think, your classmates, you know what I'm saying? So I always had that pressure and that voice in the back of my head, like, you're fat, you're less than, you're never going to be anybody. And I wasn't fat. I wasn't fat. I was just bigger than my peers. So I had a friend, she was probably 115. I was 130. So I'm going to look like the bigger person next to her. And when I say that, definitely a downer. Confidence level was just down. Self-esteem down. So I can't even say, like, you see the girlies on here. I've always struggled with my weight. I've always been a big girl. I was never a big girl, but I always thought I was. It was definitely something wrong with my body image in my mentality. I physically, there was nothing wrong with me physically. Until. You guys know that guy. I like him. He tells stories, and he like, everything goes great, and then he says until, and then it goes downhill from there. So basically, at some point in my teenage life, I got over it. It was like I had a moment of euphoria and like an epiphany, and I was like, I'm realized I'm not having fun in my life because I'm so focused on my weight. Weight is everything, and I'm not having a good time. And also realize that if you don't like me as I am, then you don't like me, then kick rocks, move on, move around. I start realizing that other people's opinions didn't matter to me. If it was in a way to not motivate or to make me a better person, if it was in a way of bringing me down, their opinion didn't matter. Once I got that mentality, and I was like, if you don't like it, then don't be here. If this is not your cup of tea, then why are you here? Why are we friends? Why are we in a romantic relationship? If this is not your cup of tea, get the on. Move around. Once I got that mentality, like, confidence boost in the air. Because a lot of the times, bigger people, they are drowning themselves in weight loss, tips and diets and stuff, all for the validation of others. It's never because of them. They might be okay with themselves, but no. The society is telling us we're fat, we're sloppy, we're slobs, we're gluttonous, we're lazy. Society is telling us that we are less than because we don't fit this picture perfect image that they have painted out for us. And once you realize that, and you get over that, and you get over yourself, you will start to live life. Now, you do have people that advocate, being plus size in an unhealthy manner. I don't support those people. I will never support unhealthiness. I hope that's a word. I would never support that. But you have a lot of big people that are healthy. You go to the doctor. I was one of those people. I would go from, I would be, so basically all the way up until high school, I stayed in like the 135, 150 range. And that was fine. I was in marching band. I played the clarinet. I danced. I was active. I was a cheerleader in middle school. Majorette, like all of these things. I was active. I was busy. So I didn't have to exercise. I was doing it already. And then I would eat what I wanted. I wasn't restricting my diet or anything, but I kind of stayed in that range, that one, all the way up until 150 range. Then there was a point in time where I went, I think this is probably right after high school, I wasn't active anymore, but I would still eat what I want. I got up to like 180, like between 175 and 185, I would stay in that range. I never go all past 2. Stay in that range for a while. Then I moved around a lot. I was like 185 for a long time. That was like between 185 and 200 for a long time, for like years. We're talking like maybe even like close to a decade. I didn't cross over to that 200 pound threshold. So then I had been like maybe 215-ish when I moved back to Michigan. So I had moved to Oklahoma, y'all. I went to Oklahoma. I moved back here. Then I went from here back to Ohio. I went to Ohio. Then I stayed there. I had my first child in Ohio. So when I had my baby, who's 4 now, when I had him, actually they were telling me to put on weight. And at that time, I was like, I had to be like 220. I was like 220 when I was pregnant. And they were telling me to add on pounds. Like, so I had to add on like 15 pounds because I was actually losing weight. I was taking iron pills. It was not the tea. It was not the tea. And the iron pills would have me backed up, so I wouldn't eat. And I was losing weight. And they were like, no. You're having a baby, ma'am. You can't lose weight. You're having a baby. You have to put on weight. So you put weight on the baby, blah, blah, blah. So, but basically I was comfortable with my weight for a long time. Like after I got over the trying to please others, I had a people pleasing stage for a long time. After I got over that, look, this is the way I'm going to be, whatever it is at this time, it is what it is. So now here's the tea. Remember that until everything was cool until after I had my child. I still kept the weight off, but then my mom had a stroke. She was my caretaker, and also she's my mother, and I love her dearly. So I had to basically, watch out for her, and I had to figure out who was going to take my child. Jaden is my child. He's adorable, precious. He's autistic. And with autistic children, you cannot just put them in the care of somebody. It don't work that way. He's nonverbal. He can't speak up for himself if he's being abused. I was not having that. So the only person I entrusted with him was my mother. And of course my family members at the time, but she's the only one that is really available for that, to watch him. So when she had a stroke, she was hospitalized. It was, I had missed days from work because Jaden was sick, or, I was sick or something like that. And they only give you so much time off at these corporate jobs. So basically I got fired. And I had to, basically I had to move back to Michigan with my people. So I currently stay with my parents now. And they help me with Jaden. So we got a good little arrangement right now. Well, these past 2-3 years, I haven't been active at all. I don't, my job that I was fired from was at a plant. So we were doing a lot of walking, a lot of standing, moving stuff, pushing, pulling, lifting. That was my exercise. So I kind of just stayed at a consistent weight, still eating what I wanted, right? Well, now I'm not working. So the weight just kind of, I done gained 50 more pounds. And, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, you take me as I am. I'm comfortable with whatever weight I am in. Now, here's the problem. My blood pressure is high now. And also, I am pre-diabetic. These things run in my family. Diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, heart failure, heart problems. They run on my mom's side and run on my dad's side. So that's a problem. Right now, I am on medication for high blood pressure, medication for pre-diabetes. I'm not all the way diabetic yet. We're trying not to get to that level. I also take medication for acid reflux. So I have acid reflux now. Turns out I have a hiatal hernia from somewhere. So now that is the reason why I have decided to get weight loss surgery, because I do not want to be on medication for the rest of my life. If I lose weight in the meantime, great. But that's not the reason. The reason is I want to be healthy and I want to be able to live as long as possible to be there for my autistic son who desperately needs me. He might not even be able to be an individual adult without any assistance. I don't know. That's the goal. But, you know, it is what it is. I want to be able to be here for him. So yeah, that is why I am having weight loss surgery. I am going to make another video about what surgery I am getting and go into all of that. So yeah, so thank you again for listening to me and being here for me. Thank you to my subscribers for, you know, dealing with me with my BS, for, you know, not being consistent. I appreciate y'all. And if you like this kind of content, like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna make a whole playlist of my weight loss journey. And bye, you guys. I love you. Till next time.
Ladies, can you back it up, can you back it up, can you back it up, back it up, can you